بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين وهو خير ناصر ومعين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الدائم على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. Amma ba'd, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to Question Time. Weekly we are here every Saturday 5 to 6 to attend and to answer any questions related to religion in our capacity. If I don't have that capacity, obviously I will relate this with my seniors and I will get back to you on the question that is asked. Obviously we are in the month of Rajab. Today is the first of Rajab, on which I congratulate all of my viewers, all of my believers, all of the lovers of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam on the beginning of the month of Rajab. As we tend to look at the issues relating to aqaid, however, because we are in the month of Rajab, we would like to focus a bit on the importance of the month, and also there's a very beautiful dua that we recite in the month of Rajab every day, recommended to be recited after our prayers, which begins Ya man arjuhu li kulli khair wa amanuhu sakhatahu inda kulli shar, the very famous dua. So we will look at that dua and try to explain that a bit to our viewers, and if they have any questions in regards to that, they could, and even other questions, they could also call us. The lines will be open. Obviously, the month of Rajab is one of the sacred months. The three most sacred months that we have in the Islamic calendar is the month of Rajab, Shaban, and Ramadan. There are other sacred months as well, which is known as the months of Haram, due to certain unique aspect of the month. Certain acts are prohibited in that month, and this was well respected even by those who lived in the period of Jahiliyyah, in the period of ignorance, such as war, for example, in the month of Haram was banned. No one would fight in that month, which indeed points out to the essential aspect of the month, which is mercy. War and mercy, they don't go really together as such. So therefore, the month in which war is prohibited is a month of mercy. The month in which forgiven is allotted is considered as the month of mercy. The month in which we find great bounties being sent by God, such as in the month of Rajab, you have the 27th of Rajab, which is the Mab'as, which is the beginning of the Quran, which is the greatest of all bounties that sent by God happen to take place in the month of Rajab. Once again points out to the mercy of the month. Then in the month of Shaban, once again you have the 15th of Shaban, which is a unique and special night, which is known as the night of mercy, which also coincides with the birth of our 12th Imam. So therefore pointing out to that essential aspect of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the hidayat and guidance within that month. That's the month of Shaban. Then indeed the month of Ramadan, which is full of blessing, which is full of mercy, which is full of forgiveness, indeed the month of Allah. So therefore a month in which have the essential aspect of rahmah, which have the essential aspect of mercy, becomes very unique and special. It begins with the month of Rajab. Apparently the Prophet have said that the month of Rajab belongs to Allah, and the month of Shaban belongs to the Prophet, and the month of Ramadan belongs to the Ummah. In another sort of indication, we find from the Diraya that the month of Rajab is the month of Wilayat, the month of Shaban is the month of Prophet, and the month of Ramadan is the Shahrullah, is the month of Allah. So obviously, in order for a person to really reach Allah in full capacity, it is somewhere that he should begin, and the best foundation of this journey is nothing but the month of Wilayat itself, which is the month of Rajab. That is why we tend to find that in the month of Rajab, amazing du'as, and also the birth of Amirul Mu'mineen, who is the founding father of Wilayat itself, whether that be in that Zahiri form where he manifested, where he came down, or in that sort of Wilayi form where he is the Wali in terms of the metaphysical reality of Amirul Mu'mineen. So therefore the month of Rajab have that aspect. So it's a month of wilayat, that's why it's known as the month of wilayat. If one pays attention to the du'as of the month of Rajab, you would find that there is a great deal of emphasis upon the imami or upon the wilayi aspect, upon the aspect of the guardianship, upon the aspect of the leadership. That is why you have the famous dua, which is famous ziyarat, which is the ziyarat-e-Rajabiyya, which points out to that lofting station, that ulu maqam, that great station of the Masumin alayhimus salam, that ziyarat-e-Rajabiyya to be recited in the month of Rajab. The ziyarat must be performed in the month of Rajab, which is really pointing out to, which is indicating the great maqam or station of a waliullah, of an imam ma'soom. Then in the month of Rajab you also have that dua which has been prescribed by the 12th imam, which was given to one of his representative. As we know that imam had 4 representatives who used to meet with the imam, who used to take questions to the imam, who used to get answers from the imam, who used to get directions from the imam. So one of the du'as that was given to one of the naib of the imam in the month of Rajab to be recited is known as the dua which begins with the Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So if one pays attention to that dua, one would find that in what capacity God holds or God regards the Masumin alayhimus salam, on what level they are, what is their maqam, what is their station, which we will look at it eventually as we will be dealing with certain du'as of the month in our future programs as well. So therefore it is a great blessing indeed that Allah have given us tawfiq and opportunity to really witness, to be present in this month of Rajab. And all those who have left us, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have abundant blessing upon them and mercy upon them as well, and we should really remember them as well in this month of Rajab. Now just a few reminders for yourself and for myself as well in regards to this month. Like we said, it's a great opportunity. So first thing and foremost is organization. We all got to organize ourselves. The month tends to provide that, to bring organization into our life, just as how the month of Ramadan provides us organization. And this is one of the most important aspect, or one of the most important reality that Muslims are missing, that our centers are missing, our communities are missing, our families are missing. We are not organized. We just got to accept that. And this month, or the month of Ramadan, tends to provide that organization. We go to a center, the program is announced at 7 o'clock, but the program begins at 8 o'clock. But in the month of Ramadan, when you go there, the program begins at Maghrib prayer, everybody is there, then iftar, then dua iftitah, then organization. The Fajr the same way, the Iftar the same way, the Zuhr the same way, the Asr the same way. So there is a hidden way where Allah is doing tarbiyat, is training us. And the way He's training us first and foremost is He's organizing our life. So organization is the key of success. As Amirul Mu'mineen says, that when a person organizes, then there will be barakat in time. If it doesn't organize, then the time will just fly away, it will just run away. So the first thing that we should really learn, including myself, is that we have to organize our life, and the organization must be the divine organization, as the month of Ramadan provides that divine organization. The priority should be God. The month of Ramadan, we say the priority is God. You are waking up before Fajr for Sahri, priority is what? Is God. God is becoming that priority. You are waking your children up, for that sake, for that purpose. Then the month of Rajab also have that color, have that texture and substance to it. If one looks at the du'as of the Yawmiyya, the du'as that one should recite every day, there's a number of du'as. There are certain amal which are to be performed every day. There are certain amals which are to be performed by the day. So therefore, and by the time as well. So therefore, if one pays attention to the amal of the month of Rajab, the rituals of the month of Rajab, then he will be able to organize his time, organize his life, organize his goal. So now the first thing, as we said, is organization, number one, which is tarbiyat, which is training. Organize in the divine way, through the divine source. So dear brothers and sisters, make use of this opportunity. I myself, Abbas, make use of this responsibility that I organize. And I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you pray for myself as well, that our lives become organized in such a fashion that it revolves around the divine commands. Now, as we know that there are a lot of recommended fasts to be fasted in the month of Rajab. The whole month is recommended, but there are certain fasts as we go along we will point out to which have extreme reward. And obviously, as they say that the Rajab is one of the names of the rivers which is of milk or milk-like texture, which is white, and a person who fasts in the month of Rajab will have the opportunity to have a goblet of drink from this river. So therefore he will be provided with that. So whoever fasts in this month, of Rajab, for example, he will be 70 years far away from the hellfire for one fast. A person who fasts 3 fasts, for example, which points out to that the Jannah becomes wajib upon him. So once again, the rewards are based on what? The rewards are based upon the rahmah, the aspect of the rahmah, the aspect of the mercy that sits in the core of this month of Rajab. As the first of the month also coincides with the birth of Baqir Ulum, the 5th Imam, Imam Baqir alayhi salam, who is considered or addressed in the ziyarat as Muhammad ibn al-Baqir, who is known as Muhammad ibn Ali al-Baqir ilmul ba'd al-Nabi, which points out to the station of knowledge that our 5th Imam had. On this occasion also, I congratulate all of my viewers, to all of my dear brothers and sisters, the lovers of Ahl Bayt, that the 5th Imam's birth is very unique, very special. An Imam from both sides is known to be from the leniency of the Prophet, from the Sadat, from the Sayyid side. And the 5th Imam, who was regarded as the one who would open up the doors of knowledge. That's why he's known as Baqir Ulum, someone that knowledge will be engulfing out through him. He will be opening the doors of knowledge. And there's a very beautiful hadith which comes from Jabir ibn Abdullah Ansari, who was the companion of the Prophet, and he says the Prophet have foresighted, the Prophet have already mentioned that, "Oh Jabir, you will meet my great grandson whose name will be my name, and give him my salams." So the salam was waiting for the 5th to come, and Jabir goes and delivers that salam. Salam is given to someone who is of value, someone who is a personality, someone who is great. And now who is giving that salam? The Prophet is giving that salam. That this once again points out to the great status of our 5th Imam. The salams have weight. When Prophet says salam, it means salim, it means pure, it means perfect. The same way, I will just mention one thing in the margin, is when the Prophet went up for Mi'raj. Once again, that is the 27th of Rajab, that takes place as well, according to the date. It is known as the night of Mi'raj as well, which will point out in terms of the 2 occasions coming together. Mab'as is one thing, which is the nomination, which is the declaration of the Prophet to declare that he is the Prophet. That's one, beginning of the Quran. And then you have the Mi'raj, which is the essential of the Prophet, which happened to coincide upon the 27th. These are 2 different the realities that have taken place. Anyway, so here the Prophet is the one who is giving salam. So when the Prophet went on Miraj, Allah sends salams to Hazrat Khatija. O Prophet, when you return back, give my salams to Khatija. So this points out to that great maqam of Hazrat Khatija, that Allah is the one who is sending salams, you see. And then you have another dua from Siddiqa Kubra, which is Anta salam wa ilayka salam wa ilayka ya'udu salam. That is also unique and special, that, oh Allah, you are salam, salam comes from you, salams returns back to you, you know. So that is another sort of dua that is there. Now going back onto the salam of the Prophet have given salam to the fifth Imam, you know, Baqar Ulum have already sent his salam. So it's his birth as well. So I congratulate all of my viewers upon this great occasion, upon this auspicious occasion of the birth of our fifth Imam. Now, as we promised earlier, you know, that we will look at the commentary upon some of the du'as of the month of Rajab, which is quite unique and special. Couple of things that I wanted to also point out to is that, see, du'as are nothing but means and ways for an insan to connect to God. Dua is a meeting place for the individual, for the human being, to be man as such and God as such. So dua is that sort of meeting place where man meets God and God meets man. Man is meeting God the way he is, naqs, limited, faqir. That's how he's meeting God, in need of God. So man as such, he is manifestating, he is reflecting, he is pointing out to his reality who he is. He is nothing but haqir. The haqraniyat, the need, the lowness, the limited aspect of an insan is very similar to the oddness of number 3. The way number 3 is odd, the same way insan is faqir, the same way insan is in need. Need is the essential aspect of insan. If he is insan, if he is makhluk, he is in need. As he is in need, he will be doing what? He will be asking. When a person is in need, he will ask, right? So therefore, insan, he is always asking. Creation is always asking. That's why the Quran says, يَسْأَلُ لَهُ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Whatsoever is in the heaven and earth, seek. Whatsoever is in the heaven and earth, ask God. So every created thing is asking God. So therefore, dua is asking, dua is seeking. But in which fashion? In a fashion where man is sincere, meaning that he is sincere in the sense that he is nothing, that he is faqir, that whatsoever it is God. So it is man as such and God as such. Through what? Through the dua. So dua is becoming that medium. Dua is becoming that channel through which he is meeting God. So first of all, and first and foremost, we have to realize this. We have to understand this. Now, once we understand that, then we will be able to connect to God in the proper fashion. If I think that God is not able to answer certain of my needs, then obviously I am not meeting God, man as such. And this will also have the implication that God will not meet man, God as such, because radiyallahu anhum wa radwan, as Allah says in the Quran, that they are pleased with God and God is pleased with them. So if I am not, na'udhu billah, pleased with God, then God will not be pleased with me as well. Na'udhu billah, if I have a complaint against God, then God will have complaint against me as well. So therefore, dua is a reality where man is meeting God, man as such, and God is meeting man, God as such. So the essential aspect of dua is the manifestation of his faqr, that he should point out that he is nothing but faqir, that he should manifest, that he should show that he is nothing but faqir. Not just show, but he should really believe. When he believe in that, then he will have that sincerity to really read and show. If he doesn't believe in that, then how he will be showing? Then how he will be manifesting that? So there will be a difference in his manifestation, will be just a show off, and his reality. So dua means that he should meet God as he is. And how he is? He is abd. How he is? He is slave. He is a slave. He is really nothing vis-a-vis God, opposite to God, in front of God. So therefore, when he realizes that, then he will be able to fully understand what the dua is asking, what the dua is seeking, and what does the dua really want. Because dua is not just, just reciting or movement of our lips, but there is a meaning in that dua. So when I say myself that I am really nothing, then God is saying that what does God really wants from me. If I say that I am nothing, O Allah, and help me in relation to how I should be with my parents, then God will say, this is how you should be with your parents. Because within the dua, you have a whole methodology. Within the dua, you have the whole prescription, what really God wants from you. Although you are asking in the dua makarimul akhlaq, oh Allah, make my iman strong. But that means Allah wants you that your iman should be strong. See? So it is the reflection when I clear my heart, which is full of dust, which is full of rust, and when I clear it, then there will be the reflection of the light. If I don't clear my heart, which is full of dust, which is dirty, which is filthy, which is rusted, then the reflection will be very dim. So when I clear my heart completely and the mirror of my heart is all clear, then the reflection will be perfect. So in regards to the dua, when I am approaching God and I am saying that I am in need, I am really nothing, then the reflection will come. So therefore what I am asking is something what God wants from me as well. If I am asking that, oh Allah, make me ghani, then that's what God wants me to be ghani as well. If I am asking for something, oh Allah, increase my rizq, Allah wants as well that my rizq should be increased, that I should live here more in this dunya, and that I should do a couple of more sajdas, that I should really praise God more. So therefore, if man meets God, man as such, then God will meet man, God as such. So that is the phenomena of dua. That is the reality of dua. That is the haqiqat of dua. So therefore, in the month of Rajab, which is the month of dua, we should have a complete understanding of what dua really means. We really need to contemplate. We really need to understand. The time to really get into certain superstitious way of approaching dua is gone. Those who want to be the true helpers of the 12th Imam, those who want to live a life like a true follower of Ahl Bayt alayhimus salam, get rid of those superstitious aspects of the dua. Oh Maulana Sahab, give me this, I want to read this many times, this will happen or that will happen. That days should be gone by now. As we are approaching, as we really want to be with the Imam, we have to really understand the meaning of dua. We have to really bring this dua and the reality of dua into our life. Not just use this dua for certain things or to get rid of certain spells or to do certain magic or to do certain spell. These are the works of those people who are retired. These are the works of, Baghol, Allama Tabatabai, Pir Zanha. Those are old women who have nothing better to do, they will get involved in these things. And they want these duas to be used in that fashion. But dua is really a reality in which we should really understand who am I, who am I really, as in reality, what is my haqiqat and what is the haqiqat of God, what nature God is, what tawheed is, what is his asma. That's the purpose of the dua. The purpose of dua is not these superstitious things that we really want to really do. So therefore, the reality of dua, the haqiqat of dua is to really know who am I. And when a person realizes that, then only he will be able to know who God is. That's why the hadith of the Prophet says, Man arafa nafsa faqad arafa rabba. A person who knows his soul, he will know his Lord. So now the dua is becoming the medium. So dua is becoming the channel through which I am understanding that who am I, arafa nafsa. And then when I am understanding who am I, that I am nothing but faqr, that I am nothing but in need, then I will be able to understand who God is. Faqad arafa rabba will take place. That is why when we recite in tashahud, we say ashhadu anna muhammadan abd. Then if it is an abd, then he is a rasul. He is rasul because God have said he is rasul. So now, as we have promised in the beginning of the program, that we want to look at this very famous dua which comes from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam to one of his closest companions, and he says that to his companion that, recite this dua. The companion to his companion, I think it was Zurara, I forgot the name of the companion. However, this dua comes from the sixth Imam, and the sixth Imam says that every day after your salat yawmiyah, after your prayers, recite this dua. And the dua begins with Ya man arjuho likulli khair. Obviously, you might ask why there is not Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This dua, is it authentic or not authentic? Why the Imam is saying just begin the dua by saying Ya man arjuho? Every dua should begin with Bismillah, as we have the hadith of the Prophet that anything that begins without Bismillah, the ibtada should be Bismillah, fahuwa abtar. A thing that doesn't begin with Bismillah is tailless. It's considered as abtar, having no tail, meaning that it will not reach its goal. But this dua or other duas in the month of Rajab, we find it doesn't begin with a Bismillah. It begins with Ilahi, for example, or it begins with Ya man arjuho, like in this dua. But the answer to this question is that Ya man itself is Bismillah. You are beginning by the name of Allah, and you are saying Ya man, which means oh the one, Ya man. Then we are addressing to God, which is beginning with the name of God itself. And now those who have done commentary on this, Jawad Amali, for example, also commented on this dua, as he mentions that Ya man, as it begins with Ya man, Ya man, oh the one, which is pointing out to the the complete, all-encompassing aspect of divine. It is not saying Ya Rahman, or it is not beginning by saying Ya Rabb, which is one of the name of God, Ya Rahman, which is one of the name of God, but it is beginning by saying Ya Man, which means that oh the one. We don't know who he is, we don't know how he is. These are the names through which we try to understand God. That's why Amirul Mu'mineen have said that to know God means that nafi an sifate, that you get rid of all of the sifat of God, whatsoever that you and I think in regards to God. God is ulu, God is beyond that. Although we say there are 99 names of God, God is beyond that. These names are there so that we understand, so that we come to God through these names. And God He Himself have mentioned, as Allah He Himself have mentioned that Lahul Asma'ul Husna Fad'u biha. These are the names of God. Through invoke them, you come to me. So therefore, these names that are there, they are there as an indication that this is how God is, but He is beyond that. That's why the most mysterious name of God is known as Who, which really means mystery, which really means that He is who nobody really can comprehend. He is unknown, He is hidden, He is mysterious, which means who, which is one of the. So Ya Man have that aspect. Ya Man have that color or texture or those vibration that we find in Who, it is in Ya Man. So it is beginning with Ya Man, which means who, which means oh the one. We don't know, and that's why we pointed out, or we use the reference of Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam, which says that, Ya Man, which means that God, when we have to really negate the awsaf of God. Now we say Ya Man arjuhu likulli khair. Now we are saying that, oh Allah, Ya Man, He is saying all khair that is come from that comes to us is from Him, is from God. So we are saying that, oh Allah, every good, right in the very beginning, whatsoever good that have reached us, it is from Allah. Nothing that we have is from us. As they say, don't do khiyal that, it is me who is knowledgeable. MashaAllah, I have read this so much. I went to Hausa, I have the capacity to understand this. Oh, how beautifully I am mentioning these things. There is nothing. It is even less than the dust particle. It is whatever this is from Allah. Oh, how good I read, how knowledgeable how I am, how much I love Imam Ali alayhi salam, how much I cry for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. I love the Ahl Bayt alayhi salam so much. How many ziyarat I have done. The name of Hussein comes, my heart really shakes. Ya Man arjuhu li kulli khair. All this khair that we have is from Allah. If Allah is not there, all of these tawfiqat, all of this khair, all of these things that we are proud of, whether these things be ma'navi or whether these things be dunyavi, whatever we have. So it's pointing out to that tawheed, that sublime and unique oneness of God. That's why, as we said, the Prophet have said, the month of Rajab is the month of tawheed, is the month of God. The month of Shaban is my month. The month of Ramadan is the month of the Ummah. So the du'as of this month, in a unique fashion, establishes the tawheed of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and at the same time, as it is the month of wilayat, it also establishes the wilayat, the very birth of Amirul Mu'mineen establishing that, the very du'as of this month of Rajab really establishing that. So therefore, Ya Man arjuhu li kulli khair, so we are saying all khair, all hopes is from Him. Whatever khair we have is from Him. All hopes is from Him. He is the one, period, and no one else. He is the provider of one. Now I would mention to our fellow Muslim brothers who tend to attack or who tend to criticize the aspect of tawassul, the aspect of intercession of Ahl Bayt alayhimus salam or of awliya Allah, where this dua is coming from the Imam. It is saying Ya Man arjuhu li kulli khair. Where is tawassul here? Imam is teaching us. So when Imam is teaching us, this itself is tawassul. It is through the Imam I have learned this. If it wasn't for the Imam, I would not learn. It is the Imam who have taught me this. This is the way I should really connect to God. That is tawassul. This is the very meaning of tawassul. The means, through the intercession of this dua, I am seeking God. They haven't really understood what really tawassul mean. They haven't really comprehended what tawassul mean and what darajat of tawassul they are, right? So here the Imam is teaching us, is saying Ya Man arjuhu li kulli khair. Every khair is from Allah. There isn't any khair that can be imagined other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether that be the greatest of all wali, whether that be the greatest of all prophet, but that him being the wali, him being the prophet, him being the insan kamil, or him having, or her having the power to really intercede, to do the intercession, shafaat, is from Allah. So therefore, ya man arjuhu likulli khair. So we are saying, we are establishing in the very beginning, every khair is from God. A very beautiful hadith that comes from Amirul Mu'mineen, which points out to the aspect of faqr, which points out to the aspect that how a human being should be vis-a-vis God, how he should be, what qualities he must have. Amirul Mu'mineen in a hadith says that a person should have these 10 qualities. And these 10 qualities, where does it exist? Amirul Mu'mineen says these 10 qualities exist in a dog. So Amirul Mu'mineen is saying that you gain these qualities of dog in you. Bring these qualities of dog in you. As it says, our school is the school of seeking knowledge. As it says by Amirul Mu'mineen once again, if one can learn hikmat, wisdom, even from a dog, one must really learn. That important knowledge, that important hikmat and wisdom is. One should really seek knowledge as much as one can, from wherever it is possible. So here, Hazrat Amir mentions that what a great person he is if he has these 10 qualities of dog in him. What are these 10 qualities of God, or 10 qualities of dog that a person should have, which Hazrat Amir mentions? The very first and foremost quality of a dog that he should have in him is that a dog doesn't have any value as such. He is like a miskeen. There is no value of a dog. If you look at in subcontinent, in Asia, in different places, it has no value. People tend to regard it as nothing. However, yes, you might be saying, oh, the dogs here, they are pets, they are so expensive, you have to pay many. You've been fooled. You've been fooled with the Western culture, with the Western values, that a pet dog, that's how you should do. You've been fooled so much that in America, a mayor of a town is a dog. Google it. The town mayor is a dog. So this is the secular values. This is the Western values being taught to human being, that to keep dog on top of their head. When you praise, I'm really sorry to say this, when you praise a person who is a non-believer, a Westerner, you praise their pet, they will be more happy than you praise their children. This is how unhumanistic the society have become, by the hands of the leadership that we see, unfortunately, by the hands of this secular sort of culture and values that have been infiltrated and been provided to us. So therefore, dog as in reality has no haqiqat. He's miskeen. So Amirul Mu'mineen is saying that take lesson from dog, have this quality of miskeen, of being valueless. So an insan should regard him as nothing. So ya man arjuhu likulli khair, all khair is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So therefore his reality, his haqiqat is really nothing. I think we are coming close to our time, and inshallah what we will do is we'll look at the other aspects, or the other 9 qualities which Amirul Mu'mineen mentions in regards to dog, and try to learn from these beautiful teachings of Masumeen and the dua as well. So we hope to see you next week again. And just to conclude once again, my dear brothers and sisters, what we have done in today's program is that we looked at the divine aspect of the month of Rajab, which is a very special month, a month which should really give us an opportunity to organize ourselves, to organize our time, our sleep pattern, our waking pattern, our ibadat, to really bring these du'as. I remember, whenever we used to go to the asatid, our teachers of akhlaq, and we would always ask them that guide us, do give us something special, for this month that we could practice so that we could become spiritual. They would say that recite the du'as of the month of Rajab. All of those du'as that are there to be recited every day, the du'a ya man arju li kulli khayr, the du'a khawal wafiduna ala ghayrak, the du'a that begins with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, the du'a which begins with Ya Man Jalla Shanahu, all of the du'as that are the du'a of in which have the names of Imam Baqir alayhi salam, in which we give the tawassul of Imam Baqir alayhi salam and Imam Jawad alayhi salam in this month. Then you have the dua which is the Ziyarat Rajabiyya itself, and the astaghfars of the month that one should really do, so many astaghfar, the recitation of Surah Qul Huwallahu Ahad as this is the month of Tawheed. All of these things are highly recommended. Refer to the Mafati, you will have that Mafatiul Jinnah, or refer to Misbahul Munir, refer to Iqbalul Amal. These are the dua books that are there, and bring these duas to your life. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will provide that barakah and blessing. And also remember all those who are in need, and also remember our marhumin, inshallah. So we will catch up on this dua, commentary of dua, and also the hadiths that we have left to mention the other qualities of the Imam pretty soon, inshallah, next week. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you next week again, same time, 5 to 6, which is a question time, and I would be here, and I would request if there be any questions, you can call us as well. Thank you, and goodbye from Hidayat. Take care. Goodbye.